What up, folks? One of the things I learned from doing YouTube is that I know enough to do a documentary film. So I am in the process of doing a documentary film. Now you talk about what kind of camera I'm going to use. Well, I dabbled in a little bit of photography, but I'm never going to be a photographer. That's not going to happen. So I heard about the move with the DSLRs, so I bought a Canon T3i, which is nice. Some people call it a 600D. To me, it's a T3i. But it occurred to me after I bought the thing that I don't like changing lenses. I really don't. I mean, you got to get a lens for this. You got to get a lens for that, and I'm not into all these lenses. So I ended up getting a Canon SX50 a couple of years ago. It's a super zoom. It's nice, but the sensor was kind of small. So I did some of my documentary recording on the SX50, but I decided this year to kind of up the ante. I left Canon and went with the Lumix FZ1000. And I love the camera. I mean, it has its shortcomings, but I love it. For one, it has a 1-inch sensor, which is much bigger than the sensor on my SX50. Smaller than the DSLR, but still. I'm able to do 4K video. Mind you, I cannot truly edit in 4K video. My editing program, which is Serif Movie Plus, will allow me to edit, but it'll only let me do it in full HD. But I understand that if you have 4K videos, that makes it like fully full HD. So I'm cool with that. Again, I dabble a little bit with photography, but I mean, and more bokeh would be nice. I do get bokeh with this camera, but not the same as, some. So I don't really worry about that. I'm not going to be the type of guy with a studio, at least photography studio. So I don't even worry about that. But one thing I noticed about the FZ1000 is I don't have the flash sync problems that a lot of DSLRs have. Generally, if you cut your shutter speed down to 250ths of a second, you end up with these black bars over your photos. When you use flash, that is. And it turns out I don't have to worry about that because the FZ1000 has a leaf shutter. It basically opens and closes. Opens and closes. Whereas most DSLR use focal plane shutters where a curtain goes down, then another curtain goes down. If it goes down too fast with a flash, you end up with the dark bars. I don't even have to worry about that. And a lot of people do. I can do what they call high-speed sync. I don't have to have special equipment for it. I have some examples here. They're not good because I didn't have a person when I did it. I just did it with a statue. But you see, I started out where everything was blown out. As soon as I start lowering my shutter speed till it ended up about 5,000ths of a second, it darkened things up. And the flash was on it. That was a cheap little flash. It's a CY20. So it's not a major flash, but you see, it did work. And I didn't have to worry about the black bars. So for those thinking about doing good video, you have about $750 to buy a camera. You don't want to go around changing lenses. This is the camera for you, the FZ1000. I'm going to use it in documentary filmmaking. I'm going to do 4K Well, I can't really do 4K, but you know what I mean. It's not quite like the GH4, but I'm not even worried about that. I am gonna do my documentary film with a bridge camera. I don't know how many have done that, but I will. Keep watching and you'll see.